It's time for Lion Athletics on your new home for Baxter Springs High School sports, Baxter Springs Sports Live. Baxter Springs Sports Live is presented by WDM. Learn more at WDMinc.net. Also by It's time for Baxter Springs High School Athletics on your new home for the Lions, Baxter Springs Sports Live.
Welcome everybody here to Baxter Springs Sports Live tonight. We are covering softball here in the Field of Dreams. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. I'm so excited for today. They're doing starting lineups. You can hear Hoop up there getting them done. Shout out to Hoop. Helped me so much. Lineups, everything. He's always a great guy to talk to. I always appreciate coming out here and seeing him because, well, he's just an awesome guy. As you can see, getting their lineups, getting ready to go. I'm Daryl McLeod, joined alongside by Sarah Goebel. For once in my life, for once in this long stint that I've had as Baxter Springs Sports Live broadcaster, I finally have someone who has extensively played the sport as my color person. It's going to be so exciting. It's going to be great. Sarah played softball her whole life, so we're going to get some good color commentary today. Is that right, Sarah?
I sure hope so.
That's the spirit to have as we go into this. Well, I'd like to let you guys know that, of course, our presenting sponsor always will be WDM, Williams Diversified Materials. WDM is proud to support Baxter Springs Athletics and USD 508. Stop in and see WDM at 2903 Military or call 620-679-9810. Be sure to ask about the storage shed and U-Haul rental. Trying to get through these quick because, A, the speaker is really loud. Something that I'm going to, talk to him about. When they were playing their music beforehand, I couldn't hear myself think.
Honestly, can barely hear you talk, but that's okay.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm hoping.
concentrate.
And that's the thing, is it's not even really picking up the sound from him either.
So it's just us. It's our.
It is through your mic right now, I guess. But,
Number 9.
so sorry guys for being drowned out right now.
I'll just cover my mic really quickly.
Yeah, exactly. It's not really going to be a big deal. We'll just let him go through and announce the rest of these starters.
I believe we have the national anthem too.
We should at least, which is coming up very soon. So we'll take a quick break. And we come back. We're going to have Baxter softball for the first time this year on Baxter Springs Sports.
Are you drowning in clutter and need of some extra space? Look no further than the Storage Shed in Baxter Springs. With a wide range of sizes and options available, the Storage Shed has the space that suits you best with 24-hour access, all in a secure facility. They even have storage containers. Plus, the Storage Shed is your authorized U-Haul rental store right here in Baxter Springs. Visit them today at 2903 Military Avenue or call 620-856-3906.
Route 66 Hardware is your trusted hardware store in the heart of Baxter Springs, with just about everything you might need from around the house to the back 40. Top quality tools, equipment, and supplies with a wide range of products. Be on the lookout for big changes coming to Route 66 Hardware. All inventory has been discounted to make room for a new line of products from an all-new vendor. Be patient as Route 66 looks to grow, expand, and continue their commitment to quality customer service. Route 66 Hardware in Baxter Springs. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to embark on a mouth-watering journey down the legendary Route 66? Look no further than Bricks and Brews Woodfire Grill and Pub in the heart of Baxter Springs, Kansas. Start your culinary adventure with their delicious wood-fired pizzas. Keep it rolling with their classic appetizers and crisp salads. Plus, don't miss live music and so much more. Take a detour from the ordinary and head to Bricks and Brews in Baxter Springs, a taste bud trip down Route 66. 1 in 5 U.S. adults and 1 in 6 youth experience a mental illness each year. Losing sleep? Feeling tired for no reason? Feeling anxious or sad? You are not alone. Thankfully, we have Spring River Mental Health and Wellness. Spring River offers a comprehensive range of mental health and substance use services to anyone who walks through the door, regardless of their diagnosis and insurance status, even offering same-day services. If you or someone you know is in need of mental health services, please contact Spring River Mental Health and Wellness. To learn more, go to springrivermh.org. At Spring River Mental Health and Wellness, they are focused on helping the mind and body. That's why they offer a full-service wellness center at the Riverton campus, equipped with a full basketball court and walking track, a variety of cardio equipment, functional fitness equipment, strength machines, and free weights. Members may access group fitness classes such as yoga, cardio, strength and tone, and more. Annual memberships and day passes are available, focusing on the mental and physical health of area families. That's Spring River Mental Health and Wellness. To learn more and for pricing, go to springriverwellness.org.
Are you drowning in clutter and need of some extra space? Look no further than the storage shed in Baxter Springs. With a wide range of sizes and options available, the storage shed has the space that suits you best with 24-hour access, all in a secure facility. They even have storage containers. Plus, the storage shed is your authorized U-Haul rental store.
Welcome back, everybody. Here we are right into the action, ready to go on Baxter Spring Sports Live. Hopefully that link gets sent out soon. I should have just sent it to Arthur, so hopefully it pulls up and we're all good. I had to cut that last ad off because we got started quickly. Wasn't ready for that. We're all ready to go here in softball. 3 minutes early.
A little bit of a change from baseball, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, hey, I want to apologize for my actions on Monday. I was hungry. The worst things happen when you're hungry.
It's okay.
You're not you, if you will.
You're not you when you're hungry.
But everything is going to be all right today because softball is one of my most favorite sports of all time, and I'm excited for it. That one's hit hard into right center field, and it's going to land. Rounding first, going for two. There's not going to be a play at second base. That's a double there for Independence to start off.
Jaden Price. Good first at bat for her.
Shortstop, number 8, Hunter Linebrainer.
That's going to bring up Weinbrewer now at the plate. That one's also hit hard into right field. Right fielder comes up on it too quickly, gets over her head. Weinbrewer's digging for second. Price rounds and touches home plate. Weinbrewer will stand up on third. A stand-up triple for Weinbrewer and an RBI as well.
Hey, I got a reason with the right fielder there. I've been there multiple times. Ball gets lost in the sun. Nothing you can do about it except pray and stick your glove up.
Yep, right field is not very fortunate as the sun sets over the west here on the Field of Dreams in beautiful Baxter Springs, Kansas. Just can't get a read on it whenever it hits that sun.
No, that's the only downfall to the stadium, I think.
Outfielder's curse, if you will.
Yeah, just got to stick your glove up and hope.
And then as soon as it gets over your head, it's, uh-oh.
Oh, no.
I need to go. That one's going to be low inside. That one's low as well. Sorry for the lack of commentary. I'm just familiarizing myself with the lineup before I get going. This Independence lineup, of course, making sure I memorize who all is out there. It's going to be tough today because some of them, as there is a slight little breeze, and that one goes straight for the porta potties, as there is a slight little breeze and it's kind of chilly today. It's not our normal April weather that we've had the last couple of days. You know, coming out here on Monday, it was actually kind of warm.
And then it got really cold.
And then it got cold.
Schmoon doing a nice job battling here. Hopefully she wins the battle here, throws a strike, or lets her fielders field and get the out.
She'll throw that one inside, and the full count goes in favor of Independence. They'll take first base. Runners at first and third. And we're going to have a pinch runner come in here. Courtesy runner for the catcher, of course.
And a catching glove change.
Yep, wasn't working.
Nope, it had to be the glove.
For 19, Alec, yo.
Hey, I'm not immune to superstition, so I can't judge.
Same. I'm some would say I'm not superstitious. I'm just a little bit stitious.
I'm just a little stitious. Jones looks to lay down bunt.
Mm-hmm. There's that short game we were talking about Monday at the baseball game. Got to do that to put your runners in position.
It is definitely more applicable here on the softball diamond, but still a good point to make is that bunt probably would have moved that courtesy runner over regardless.
Yep.
Which also, I will apologize straight up. We don't have names of any of the courtesy runners or subs that Independence chooses to bring in.
Go for it, go for it.
J.D. Bill would like to get 1 for the bird line. 1 away.
Good base running there by Independence.
But like I was saying, we're not going to have any of the base runners
Right fielder number 12.
or anything for Independence today, as they did not provide that in their roster. So we are unable to see that.
We had to beg for first names, too.
Yeah. Shout out to Hoot for once again giving us first names. He said it over the PA system. Will anyone for Independence come and talk to me? He's my first name, too. Networking is always potential.
Good pitch there.
Tion Johnson at the plate. Swings through that first one, shows all ones on the scoreboard. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Runner on second base in scoring position. That one's hit hard. Right at short. It's going to roll up the glove. And that's going to be a base reached on an error. So Tion reaches, puts runners at first and third.
Pitcher number 10, Felton.
And that'll bring up Felton. Felton's going to be in the circle for the Independence Bulldogs whenever the Baxter Lions get out of this situation. She shows bunt. Throw's going to be cut off.
They're trying to do the old sneaky play. Have your shortstop come in and cut it off instead of going all the way down to 2. Ran that a couple times in my day.
Oh, yeah. 0-1 count here. Hit hard. Left field, a line drive. That'll get down, and that's going to be 2 RBIs for Felton. They'll put 4 runs on the board and put the Lions in a tough situation.
Thank you. I would personally watch the bunt here. Or the fake bunt, trying to move your runner, and she's going to steal.
That will bring up Cadence Bird. No need to bunt when you can hit a liner into left field and move base runners and get on base yourself.
Got me.
They are hitting off of Shun right now. Needs to refocus, just start pitching strikes, and hopefully let her defense make a play.
Left fielder.
Honestly, Independence just hitting all the gaps.
Yeah, that's all it is right now.
The last couple hits have just been gaps.
Delani Torres now. That 8-hole in the lineup swings to the first pitch. A good pitch there from Shun. Now Shun Torres will let that one go outside. 1-1 count. Runners are on first and second. Shun delivers the 1-1 pitch. That'll be too far inside. Make it 2-1 count. The 2-1 pitch is going to be just a little bit high, and now it's 3-1 in the hitter's count.
You know, I remember playing this with this umpire, and he does not give for high balls.
Tends to prefer things lower in the zone. And that is not going to be the exact location that we just described. And so that'll walk the bases loaded. And that's going to call for a visit to the mound.
You know, visiting back to that air, Daryl, on Monday we talked about the differences between turf and field and just natural. And that's one of those. It looked like it just took a bad hop off of her, and it was fine, you know?
Yes, I do know. Don't look at me like that. I thought you were still making a point.
No, I was trying to lead you into talking.
I don't need to be led. Went to Yap Town and I'm the mayor.
Me too. I'm the vice mayor, but the vice mayor.
Shun will be completed with that visit to the mound. The conference is over, and that'll bring up Lexi Reed, the 9-hole batter. She'll step in and take strike number 1. Shun hopefully regains some confidence there, gets back into shape, ready to go. Hopefully that quick conversation with the infield regains some composure and lets them know that the situation is not dire. Plays at home. It will be in time. Oh, but the ball is going to be dropped and the run will score. Five nothing is the Bulldogs' lead with 1 out, and they have went through the entire lineup. Jaden Price up to bat with bases loaded. One-0 count here. She'll take a strike. 5-0 lead early to start here in the first. If my sources are correct, my sources being Sarah, we have 1 varsity, 1 JV game tonight.
That's how all non-conference games go, I believe.
That's good to know for the future. I would imagine so, as Hoot had everything written out for JV as well, so that's probably the case. This one's going to be popped up high, and that lets you know that it went over the fence. Someday I want to just go up there and see the dents.
Oh, there have to be so many.
It has to be so bruised up.
Mm-hmm.
Got to feel bad for that piece of metal. You make it out of refurbishing and you're finally being able to be used as a piece of aluminum metal, and then you have to come here and get hit by softball your whole life. Pass the ball, and that's going to score the runner on third. Cadence Bird makes it all the way around the bases for run number 6 for the Bulldogs. Do not count these Lions out, as they got to the 6th inning in their games on Monday, down by a bunch. I don't remember the exact score, but they came all the way back in that last inning. Play at third, not going to be in time. Get the runner out at first, a run will score. But now in a better situation as there's 2 outs. But yes, like I was saying, they made it all the way to that 6th inning, and in the bottom of the 6th would come all the way back and take the lead. And after taking the lead, would go on to win that game in the 7th. In danger territory here with a runner on third. Weinbrewer will leave that one go high. Shun working out of a tight spot. She'll deliver a strike. And like you said, umpire likes the low stuff.
Yep. He hasn't been very giving on the inside or outside corners either.
We'll see if that loosens up as the game goes on. I usually, not to give the inside information on umpires. My uncle used to be an umpire.
Mm-hmm.
He actually did it for college, so he did it out at Pitt State. And he would always say that as the game went on and the pitcher pitched more, he would increase the strike zone a little bit for him as they got tired throughout the game.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be natural to see it loosen up a little bit as the game goes on.
As well as, like, I feel like most umpires also call river, which is from the white lines on both sides to the edge of the plate, which I think it's good, personally. I think it gives you a lot more opportunities as a strike zone, as a pitcher, and a hitter. You have to be confident up there.
And he always would also say, this is, of course, my uncle, so, not professional at all.
Yeah.
But he would say that it was due to wanting to get out of the field quicker. And if pitchers pitch strikes, then it happens to make the game go a little bit quicker.
Also, if you've ever noticed, umpires have different strike zones for different pitchers.
Absolutely.
Like, they see what a pitcher can throw during warm-up, and that's how they base their strike zones.
This is right. Well, we're going to take a quick break, fix the reason that you're dropping frames, and when we come back, we're going to have Independence Bulldogs on the mound, and our Lions with a chance to come back on Baxter Spring Sports Live.
Route 66 Hardware is your trusted hardware.
Welcome back, everybody, here. Hopefully those issues are fixed for you guys. We are at the mercy of the hotspot out here, so hopefully everything goes okay, because there is really no internet connection out here.
Off the grid.
Yes, we are cavemen. Well, it's going to be our catcher, Mike Adams, to start things off. Just a sophomore here for the Lions. And looking to get things going as they trail by 7 runs in the bottom of the first inning. This one's going to be popped up. And there's the thunk.
Just got under that ball. Just a little bit. Her timing was good on her swing. Just got under it.
Just needs to even it out a little bit and should be able to drive it out.
Good timing. That's all that matters right here, right now.
Especially when you're the first batter, the first one to see a pitcher. It's just really important to make sure you get that timing now, because everybody else now has a chance to get this timing and be able to hit off her.
The longer you're at bat for the first hitters or first two, the more time people can figure out the pitcher.
That one's going to be popped up. Didn't quite even it out. Was able to move it forward, but it'll be taken in there by the shortstop for Independence. I believe it's Wine Brewer, but with the jacket on.
Yes.
Wouldn't be able to tell you.
It is.
Okay. I'm a genius. I kid, of course. That brings up Sydney Charles, number 13. She's a junior for the Baxter Springs Lions. She's playing center field today. She faces off against Felton, trying to keep the Lions in it.
She's a slapper. I just saw her move.
It's always fun to see a slapper.
That's where you want them in your two-hole. Two-hole or bottom of the lineup.
Or leadoff.
Or leadoff.
I'm going to probably reference Pittsburgh State a lot, as that is what I'm used to, and that's who I'm around a lot for broadcasting purposes. This one's popped up. Felton's going to make the easy play on it. Second base gives her a little hug of reassurance. And that's 2 down in the inning.
Both the hitters just getting under the ball, having a little loop in their swing. But that's okay. It'll even out as the game goes on, and they'll figure her out.
That's right. Brings up Reinhardt, the shortstop. Back to what I was saying earlier, I do reference Pitt State a lot because I am more familiar with their softball team than I'm probably more familiar with anything
Yeah.
sports-wise right now. But their first 2 hitters in the lineup are Heather Arnett and Hannah Burnett, who are both 2 slappers who are very proficient at it and also lead the MIAA in steals right now. They're 1 and 2 respectively. So those 2, your typical softball player lineup that you see. Reinhardt hits this one hard foul. It'll trail over the fence, no room to make the catch, and that's 2 strikes and 1 ball for her in the count.
See, as a coach, I would have my slappers at the front the first two position or spots, and then my power hitter in the third. Or I would have my senior, good catch by the pitcher, good reflexes, honestly. Or I would have like my senior, more experienced slappers, and then have my underclassmen, people who are just starting to pick up slapping, at the bottom of the lineup, so they could still have a chance to get on base and clean up.
Yeah. And having an experienced hitter in any part of your lineup is always going to help, but having it to where they can drive in runs and bring in RBIs, that's usually where you want to put your more experienced players. They'll be more attuned to the spotlight, if you would. Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to have the top of the second inning. Bulldogs lead by 7 on Baxter Springs Sports Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to embark on a mouth-watering journey down the legendary Route 66? Look no further than Bricks and Brews Woodfire Grill and Pub in the heart of Baxter Springs, Kansas. Start your culinary adventure with their delicious wood-fired pizzas. Keep it rolling with their classic appetizers and crisp salads. Plus, don't miss live music and so much more. Take a detour from the ordinary and head to Bricks and Brews in Baxter Springs, a taste bud trip down Route 66.
You don't have it on yet?
Welcome back, everybody, to Baxter Springs Sports Live. 7-0 lead for the Bulldogs. They've come in this first inning and taken a charge, so to speak. They've just came off with lightning speed and lead by 7. They've made it all the way through the lineup and then some, as it brings up their 3-hole hitter, Lucy Robbins, for her second at-bat of the day. Shun is back in the circle. Coach is going to give her a chance to fight through the issues here and keep going.
That's absolutely right. That's what you have to do as a coach. Let your pitchers get more experience at times. That was good movement on that ball. Let them just get experience. Let them dig themselves out of their hole. Like you said Monday about your sister, it's a perfect thing to do as a coach. Obviously, you do need to give them some grace. You know, call a visit to the mound, talk them down, you know, encourage them. That's what you got to do.
Well, and that's with softball not having the pitch count limit. Obviously, they do still have the pitch count, and their arm is still going to hurt afterwards, but they don't have the limiter of them, you know, possibly needing surgery after it. So with that not being in play, you can just let your pitcher fight through anything they want. And in these non-conference games where the win doesn't necessarily matter as much, might be more advantageous to allow your pitcher to pitch through all these difficult situations so they have that experience further on when they face the tough opponents like Frontenac, Columbus, Girard, any of those opponents in the league that are going to give you a hard time. Drop third strike is called, and they'll make the easy throw to first base, and that'll be out number 1 of the inning. So different fashion than the last inning for sure.
Good heads-up play by Micah Adams to grab the ball quickly, even though the runner wasn't going to try to attempt to go to first, still getting that out, having the security right there.
So now with 1 out in the inning, brings up Alex Jones. She showed bunt in her first at bat, but in this one, it's going to be a good play by Reinhardt, makes the cross-body throw, and that'll be out number 2 of the inning. So 2 quick ups and downs for the Independence Bulldogs. And that brings up Tion Johnson.
Very different from our first inning that we've seen.
Definitely. Shun has definitely settled in a little bit and has started throwing some strikes. And
she's locked in.
Maybe umpire Hamill has starting to loosen that strike zone a little bit. I don't actually know if his last name is Hamill. He just always reminds me of Mark Hamill, so I
pointed that out to you.
You did. Reinhardt, throw is low. It's going to get past first base. The backup is there, but not in time. So Tion Johnson will take second base on error and also have a hit to her name. So with 2 outs in the inning, I don't know why I thought my phone was being picked up by the wind when you grabbed it, but I thought it was for some reason. Runner on second, in scoring position and 2 down. Shun needing to fight back.
I'll just look at later.
I don't know why that scared me so much. I don't know why I thought my phone would be picked up by the wind, but so my spider sense activated. I was scared.
Great pitch by Shun. Trying to get even with the count.
Shun Battling back to a 1-1 against the opposite pitcher, Felton. Stab is made over there on the left side. One-two count, 2 outs in the inning. Shun trying to stay alive. A good grab there by Adams. Keep the ball in play.
Mm-hmm.
Crucial to not let a pass ball in the situation. You want to make them earn this run here. You don't want to give them anything.
Honestly, you just manifested that. But
did.
I'm just going to say it doesn't matter unless she scores because it's 2 outs. It's not that big of a deal, you know?
But I will say this, had that ball gotten by, she would have been third, and then that next pitch would have came in. So that one luckily is going to trail foul. But she would have been on third, and then the next pitch that did actually get by would have scored her.
Yeah.
So there's always, you know.
Well, I was just saying in general.
Yes, I do understand where you're coming from, is there is 2 outs, and it's going to ultimately be up to Felton here if no crazy pitch happens. 3-2 count.
Oh, I thought that was a strike. I'm sorry. Looked like I caught the inside corner of the plate. But hey, my judgment's different.
I can't see behind the laptop, so I couldn't tell you.
My D-corn right here, my big screen.
So now a different situation.
Just trying to get the out here. That's all you got to worry about.
Plays at first and second. Now just first as the runner will take second.
I bet she was going to steal anyways.
Oh, most likely. 1-0 pitch is popped up foul. She was probably going to steal no matter what, but with 2 outs, and if you trust your catcher,
Throw her out. That's what I was about to
Gun her.
say.
thou shalt not pass.
Gun her or pick off the runner at 3.
That one's going to be fouled off once again. Shun jams her inside.
If this next pitch is inside, the right side should be worried. Not worried, but ready. Because the last 2 pitches, she has been late on her swing, which means it'll probably go to the right side.
Don't leave anything out over the plate.
Yep.
Definitely want to make her work for it here as scoreboard shows all 2s with 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the top of the second inning.
Always try to get your hitter to chase him. Great catch.
Catch is made on third by Hatcher, and that'll end the inning. So some trouble occurs, choppy waters if you will, but they're able to get out of it with some hard work and dedication. Pressure makes diamonds, don't even worry about it. Runners are left stranded on second and third, and Independence does not add to their total. 7-0 is still the score here in the top of the second. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the bottom of the second inning on Baxter Springs Sports Live.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Baxter Springs Sports Live. We're not in the top of the second. We're in the bottom.
I feel like that's your only downfall. You just get distracted.
You know,
It happens.
it happens. Hey, when you get to not have to do that.
BJ. Hint, hint.
7-0 is our score here. Shun starting us off. The battle between pitcher and pitcher. Of course, this is the first time we've seen Shun today, as our last 3 batters went up 3 up, 3 down. Tion Johnson unable to make the play on the ball, but it just trails foul. So that'll bring her back to the plate to hit. 1-2 count for her. Emily Shun's up to bat. Lily Conard on deck. That's how it works. You go on deck first. And then Chesney Billings in the hole. That one's going to be away for ball number 2.
Who's in the pond, Daryl?
Someone, for sure. I don't know, maybe my dad fishing right now. That one's going to be jammed inside, popped up. First base makes an easy play. Jones able to make the grab on that one for Independence, and that'll be 1 down in the inning and 1 batter faced. This Lily Kennard up to bat.
I was gonna say, I know Conrad's not right. Or
Yeah, I knew I said it wrong as soon as I said it, but it's not spelled like Kennard Eye Care, so I didn't know. Shout out Brody wherever you are. 0-1 count here. Kennard lets that one go outside. 1-1 count. Baxter really just needs to get a ball in play right now. They haven't had any base runners, anything. Felton's kind of shut them down so far.
And a lot of, like, the last couple batters I've seen have been getting jammed inside. So what they need to do is they need to recognize it's coming inside early and swing before. That way they can pull the ball and have a chance instead of letting it go foul or just popping up to the right side.
Those inside pitches, you want to always drive to left field if you're a righty, of course. If you're a lefty, it's just the opposite.
Yeah.
But that one there is going to be popped up instead. A little basket catch is going to be made over there on second base. Speaking of second base, that one will be fielded cleanly.
And as a hitter, I always thought it was better to ground out than to pop out.
Depends on how far the pop-up goes.
I know, that's true, that's true. Out, nah.
If I could send it to the warning track, I'm always happy with that.
Yep.
Well, 7-0 is our score here at the bottom of the second. Lions need to get something going. Shun going back to work in the circle after this quick break.
Hello, Four States. This is Jay Hatfield with Jay Hatfield Motorsports. We've been serving the Four States area with motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides, plus offering you parts and service since 2005. We have 2 convenient locations, Pittsburgh and Joplin, selling quality brands such as Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Can-Am, and Suzuki. Jay Hatfield has a huge inventory available for immediate delivery. We offer financing options and an extensive selection of accessories. Most important, we're making deals. Come in and get your fun started today at Jay Hatfield Motorsports in Pittsburgh or Joplin.
Welcome back, everybody, here to the top of the 3rd inning in Baxter Springs, Kansas. Field of Dreams, where we have softball action today. Non-conference opponent, the Independence Bulldogs, traveled here to face off against the Baxter Springs Lions. Shun has gotten the start today, allowed 7 runs in the first inning, but has found her pace now and was able to get the side out in the last inning, and no runs allowed. Continuing on pace there, getting the first batter out. Delani Torres unable to make the play.
After the first inning, Shun has done a great job at letting her defense make all the plays. And really allowing the hitters to put the ball in play in spots, where the fielders are.
Well, that's what happened in the first inning is the Independence hitters were able to just hit into spots that the Lions weren't.
Yep.
But since then, it's been all fielder's choice. Shun now with a 1-0.
And that comes with great pitch location, varying your pitches so the hitters don't know what's coming next,
Yeah, being able to change things up. Change locations is really the huge thing. That usually separates a good pitcher from a great pitcher. It's being able to hit your spots. That's always a key. If you can place it in those corners of the strike zone, or even if you don't hit the strike zone, if you can place it outside, just outside to where you get someone to reach and ground out to first, ground out to third, that's what's going to separate you from a great defense.
And even when you don't have specialty pitches, or you're not great at throwing a rise ball or screwball or even a changeup, it's still great to be able to place your pitches.
Bird fields that one cleanly and able to make the out at first. And your point is exactly right. You don't need a whole bunch of specialty pitches as long as you can get the ball to your fielders.
Yeah.
Especially here at a high school level. Yeah, if you want to advance further, it might be smart to pick up 1 or 2 pitches with some movement. But
Honestly, it's really not an advantage or a disadvantage. Yeah, it's good to have a pitcher that has all kinds of pitches. Like the girl at Frontenac, AJ, she has so many different pitches that not only is she able to strike people out, but she's also able to make hitters not be able to read her.
And that's Avery Johnson for anyone
Yeah,
not.
sorry.
I'm sure everyone got that. I just had to clarify just so we give credit to who we're speaking on. And that's another pitcher at Pitt State, Kirana Pogrovsky. She's not the starter. The starter, Ava Laurent, just has a ton of speed behind her pitches, but Pogs hits with the off speed and the moving pitches so often.
Even just like a couple miles per hour change is a huge
Huge
change
difference.
in softball and probably in baseball. I don't know, never played. But it just throws their timing off so much.
Yeah, anytime you have a moving target, any change in that moving target's going to throw you off a bunch. Well, it's top of the third inning. I say we just keep it here because I like this conversation we got going. It's informative. It lets our people know what we're talking about. It lets them know that we've actually experienced softball before.
I got told the other day that crow hopping's legal now.
Yes, it is. You're allowed to take your foot off the mound.
I understand why it was illegal, but I also never understood why it was illegal.
Well,
Like, what's the advantage? I get it jumping farther and having a wider, stride, but I just thought that's where you lost power too.
yep. The real advantage of it is just decreasing. I mean, it's exactly what you said. Decreasing that distance from where it leaves your hand to the plate, because that is the reaction time that the hitter has to hitting the ball. So if you could decrease that time, they're going to have less time to react, meaning, less likely that they hit the ball.
Yeah, less time to see it out of your hand, or hit the ball, like you said.
Vestal is going to pop this one up. Jones makes the catch, bobbles a little bit, but able to bring it in. That'll be out number one. Yeah, that's the main advantage of it. In baseball, that's huge. That's why normally when you see a really good pitcher, they're usually pretty tall. Tall pitchers tend to have a lot of speed on them because of that longer stride. Able to descend further as well.
Good contact by her. She was just a little late with it, but still really good contact.
Vestal, yes, on that pop-up to first base. Just a lot of them getting underneath it right now. Just one thing level out, I think they're going to be fine in this game.
That was always my hardest issue to break, like getting, dropping my back shoulder and just popping up the whole time. Took very many of my dad yelling at me, "Hit it on the ground, come on, it's not that hard."
Well, it's that same strategy of Hayes. You need to hit that on the ground and chop it.
Yep.
Use your speed to get to first, not your strength.
Yep.
That one's going to be a called third strike. Gets Bard looking. Excuse me, Baird. I don't know why I said that. Anyways.
I don't even know what you said.
Yeah, I was speaking fast and I slurred. Hatcher's going to pop this one up. Should be an easy play for Weinbrewer, and it will be. And that's going to end the bottom of the third inning. 7-0 is our score. Bulldogs leading by 7 still. A chance to go ahead by more. But we'll see if Shun has anything to say about it when we come back after this quick break.
Our whole vision of becoming the 4-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
Welcome back, everybody, here. Top of the third inning. Top of the fourth inning, Daryl, come on.
Wow, this game was like flown by.
I know. Come to think of Monday, and I'm going to preface by saying I've said this my entire life, that baseball is a slow sport, and no one can disagree with me on that. But being in the fourth inning and seeing the girls be done with their first game was wild. It really tease you, so to speak, because you could see the scoreboard from over there. So it's like, haha.
I always remember going home, like with my parents. We stop, we eat, we do all the shenanigans, and we get back to the school, and the baseball bus would just now be getting in.
Yeah. Well, and I remember going to watch some of the softball games and, get done broadcasting, put everything up, get everything ready to go, put it in my car, and then be able to go over and watch the start of the next baseball game.
Yeah.
You'd have the 2 games done for softball and have everything packed up.
We'd always have our snacks. If
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like one varsity, one JV, we'd go play our varsity game, get the snacks, go watch the baseball boys until, like the last couple innings of their game, and then cheer on our JV.
Yep. Wine Brewer going to start him off with a base hit there. That brings up Lucy Robbins. Hasn't had much success hitting so far today, but now with a runner on, looking to change that bout.
Great handle by Micah Adams, getting to that ball, popping up quickly, not allowing the runner to advance right then and there.
Something people overlook is how crucial a catcher is to the game. As that one's popped up foul. No thunk, just got over. But catcher is the number 2 position for a reason.
I know their knees hurt so bad after every game. My knees hurt just watching them,
It always feels like relief whenever you stand up finally.
That was a great inside pitch right there from Schwoon.
Shun is doing a great job in the circle today. She's come back after that first inning. Me personally, I would have given up, so she's a stronger person than me. It's always
okay
tough to
there.
get down like that and come back and keep pitching, but that's the resilience you got to have.
That's the mental toughness part about the sport. Any sport has, you just have to be mentally tough.
That one smoked foul down the left side.
Resilience, that's the word I was thinking of.
Hoot says it hit a car, so.
Hopefully it wasn't your car.
Nah, I'm parked way back by the tree. It would take a shot from one of these players to hit my car. I don't doubt that one of them could do it, but it would take some muscles.
Muscles?
Big muscles.
Oh boy.
Well, full count here for Lucy Robbins. She's battled back after being down 1-2, and she will get the walk. A good battle, fouled a couple off, now puts runner on second base. And we're going to get a courtesy runner once again. And once again, wish I knew her name. Bulldogs were not courteous enough to give us their entire roster.
That's okay. That's okay.
I will be okay. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Except tomorrow, as that one's going for my car.
I was about to say. Look at the wind. Oh.
Trailed foul. Had a chance for it out on left field. Unable to make the play. Billings.
Good thing it was a foul ball.
Just slipped out of her glove.
Did you see the wind take that ball?
Oh yeah, the wind is coming strong from that left field direction because that ball looked like it was hit hard and far, and then it just stopped and started trailing foul.
That's, as a player, I was always cheat to the wind. So if it was blowing, in, I would come a couple more steps in, or to the left, to the right, wherever the wind was blowing.
Oh yeah, always got to be smart about it. Strike on the top right corner. And it's an 0-2 count, and the battle ensues.
And with doing that, you also have to make sure your other outfielders do that. That way there's not a giant gap.
Communication is important. Something you might notice, like she said, our center fielder right now is a little bit to the left. Charles leading the way towards the wind. This one's back. Charles will stand up and make the catch. Throws coming in. Just goes to the offhand of Reinhardt, unable to make a clean transition.
That was a great cutoff throw by her. She hit her glove. Girl didn't even have to move. Beautiful. What?
Were you seeing the same throw I was?
Yeah.
Went to her offhand. She had to spin around.
Oh, well, my decoy said it was beautiful.
Ah. Micah fakes the throw down to second.
Runner at third does not bite.
Nah.
Have you ever seen a game where that actually works?
Nope.
I have one time.
Outside of rec ball, I've never seen it.
I was that runner.
This one's straight up. Adams makes the catch. As they would say in Major League, that one doesn't quite have the distance. 2 down, and the top of the 4th inning. Bulldogs have been quiet since that initial scoring, and Felton, who has shut down the Lions in those first 3 innings, up to bat now with runners in scoring position. She's got a prime opportunity here with the runners on 2nd and 3rd. Weinbrewer stands on 3rd if she got the inning going, and then a courtesy runner on 2nd base. After, of course, Robbins reached on a walk. 0-1 count here for Felton. She'll foul it off once again. Just looking at the big old American flag there on the left. What? What did I miss?
Never mind. I'll tell you later.
Look away for 1 second. I miss it all.
Say it on air.
0-2 count. That one's going to be too low. Makes it a 1-2. Shun now delivers the pitch. It'll be fouled off by Felton.
What were you saying about the American flag?
Oh, just a big American flag. You can see it blowing with the wind. I don't know what direction that is, so I'm not even going to try. I think it's northeasterly wind
Oh, you're so good.
coming southwest from that direction. So
That's weird because I just felt the air come from the south.
circles around whenever you get down here.
Now it's north. Anyways, back to the game.
Shun delivers. Felton. Hatcher
one
can't
got
make the
time.
play, but makes the throw in time, and that'll get him out of the inning. Choppy waters once again. Runners left stranded on 2nd and 3rd. Bulldogs held scoreless in the last 3. We'll see if that 7-0 run lead holds up. Lions going to have a chance to bring it back here. We'll see if I bet Felton will still be in the circle. She's been pitching well enough.
I would assume so.
I don't imagine they'd change anything up, as she's allowed, what, only 1 base runner? Or no base runners today?
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't recall. But I will say that was a great play by the 3rd baseman, even though you bobbled it, to stake with it and make the play at 1.
Could have easily given up, but why do that?
Why do that when you can do it?
Exactly. In case anyone was wondering, we are just going to keep it here. Because, you know what? I'm tired of doing a transition between the top and the bottom of the inning, especially when they warm up so quickly and throw down so quickly, and our ads just happen to be a little bit long.
How many pitches would you do?
When I was warming up?
Yeah,
Depends on how many innings I've been in.
I'd only do 3.
2 or 3.
The first one I'd do like however many I
5.
did to. But 3, that's my lucky number.
2 or 3. I always found it funny because they harp on the pitch count so much. But then when you're warming up, it's like,
It doesn't matter. Like,
I get it, you're not throwing as hard or with as much velocity or as much spin or curve that you would in game. And the situation's more intense, of course, in the game, but it always was funny to me.
did they ever call locations whenever you were warming up?
Yeah. Throw this pitch, throw it here. It's pretty much how it always goes.
And just fastballs, loosening your arms.
Yeah, those are the first couple.
Mhm.
Or when you're playing long toss before the game to get warmed up. 1-0 count for Adams, and our answer to our question is no base runners, because they've gone 3 innings and Adams is back at the top of the order. That's how that works.
Oh,
That one's going to be a strike.
you know, I'm watching these girls, and I am just so proud of each and every one of them for not swinging at high balls. I was always a sucker for high balls. Rise balls got me. I know that last one wasn't a high ball, but the first 2 balls, both high, and I was thinking I would not have self-control and the willpower to not swing at those.
Well,
They just look too good.
you got to put into perspective, you know. Tee it high, let it fly.
Wait, it's already halfway up there.
Adams hit hard to Weinbrewer, but Weinbrewer with a spectacular play at shortstop makes the throw to first, and that's out number 1 of the inning. I'm waiting for the moment when one of these Lions gets on base. I have a feeling it's going to be right here
Right here, right now.
with Sydney Charles. Slapper takes a strike.
If I were this pitcher, I would throw her outside.
Those are inside.
Her
Should-
first pitch was outside.
Should have taken your advice.
I know.
That one was fouled off. 0-2 count here for Charles. Charles needs to stay aggressive as they're cleaning up third base.
And she needs to not swing at anything that's not in the strike zone. Right here, right now. I keep saying that today.
Just swing, baby.
Because that's all that pitcher wants to do right now is make you chase it.
And that's usually a good strategy for pitchers.
Especially for 0-2, it's going to be high and outside.
This one's popped up. Catch can't quite get to it. Gotta die for that one. Lay it out on the line.
With a concrete wall, what's
Yes.
more important, living or catching a foul ball?
Brick wall. Give it a kiss.
You'll get all the cred.
Yep. Have coach pay for your jaw repair. Charles gets caught looking at strike number 3, and out number 2 of the inning ensues. That'll bring up the shortstop, number 25, Kenna Reinhardt.
Is she their only senior?
I believe so.
Because I saw the banner, but I didn't know.
She is their only senior. Bunch of freshmen, bunch of sophomores.
That's good for the Lions coming up. We said it in
Every sport.
Every sport.
Every single sport.
They're going to have a good couple years after this year because all their underclassmen are getting so much experience right here.
They are really propped up by a very good freshman class. I mean, obviously, you cannot, play down the experience of these seniors this year. When you go to the football side of things with Javen Alexander, Peyton Gaines, and those two and throughout the sports, and then you go to this softball and volleyball side with Reinhardt and the others that have played for them, you can't downplay how much they've been crucial to the learning experiences of these freshmen, as that one's hit hard in the center, but the play is going to be made in center field. You can't downplay how much they've helped them out, but still, the freshmen, they got a lot to learn.
It's always good to see, especially with a freshman, sophomore heavy team, the seniors do a lot because they teach them how they've grown up,
Exactly.
Because that's at that one point, they were freshmen and all of their upperclassmen or all of their teammates were upperclassmen and telling them the same things. And it's always good to have those upperclassmen lead you.
And it's that same thing that I was saying. They've got a lot to learn, but they've also got a lot of time to do it.
And non-conference games like these are great times to do that. We already harped on that today, but it's so crucial. And to get, I know Monday you were saying how you wish they only did CNC or league.
I did not say that. I did not say that.
Cut the number of games, you did say.
I'm happy with that.
But they need those number of games to get experience. Baseball I could see because it's pitch count and stuff like that,
Well, and if you look at the baseball side of things, those freshmen are still getting tons of playing time.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're coming out needing a whole lot of new games.
Yeah.
Or JV games for that matter. As if they did, they'd probably, need Tommy John by the time they were a senior. I feel bad for Riley Daniels. He pitched a heck of a game, came in relief, and then in the second game had to come back in as relief. It's like, man, I did my work. I was doing good. I was chilling out on the bench, eating a fruit roll-up. And now I have to come back out and pitch again.
That just reminds me of whenever I was playing softball. We were at the state tournament for the first time. Obviously not high school, but travel ball. And I was eating my pixie stick, and after I pitched 5 games in a row, and they were like, "You got to go back in." I was only halfway through my pixie stick, and it was so sad. All I wanted to do was finish.
I did not like pixie sticks personally.
Really? They were my kryptonite. I love Smarties too.
Pure sugar. Nothing wrong with it. Pixie sticks is literally pure
Every
sugar.
Every dentist watching is going, ugh,
Oh.
cringing.
Ah. This one's hit hard. Short bird bobbles it. And Torres is able to run it out. Beats the throw.
All the infamous, that's why we hustle chant.
Yep. Pete Rose. Charlie Hustle. Run it out. Sprint to first base no matter what. Shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes a strike.
Do they have delay steals in baseball?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't. How does that work? because you have a leadoff.
Yeah, normally it would just be whenever the pitcher, takes the ball, takes it back to the circle, and they're, situating themselves on the mound. It especially works with dirt mounds. It doesn't usually work too often anymore with turf because there's not as much that needs to be done with the front of the pitcher's plate. But I can always remember being a pitcher, and you have to be careful whenever you swipe the dirt off the front of your rubber because, you're always going to be watching that runner. That's a prime opportunity for them to leave.
Yeah. See, as a runner, I would always go, like, get a big jump. They throw back the ball. Then you sprint to the next base,
Yeah.
trying to get there before anybody caught you.
And in baseball, you always got to be careful because you can run at any time.
Yeah.
Besides timeouts, there's no requirements for you to go back to base. You can just keep running if you wanted to. And
That's crazy to me.
yep, you just got to make sure that your runners aren't running when you're a pitcher. It's always scary. It's a scary thought. That one goes right off the leg. That one's got a sting. Jaden Price back up in another at bat. She'll reach this time on hit by pitch. That brings up Weinbrewer. And this is a scary position to be in if you're Shun, as Weinbrewer has reached base on all of her attempts today. 2 outs in the inning, runners on first and second, and Weinbrewer up to bat. There's plenty of speed out on the base paths with Price and Torres. Weinbrewer with a well-placed hit could potentially bring in one of those runners, possibly two. I don't think this one's going to have the distance, though. Baird makes the catch, and that'll be 3 down in the inning.
She did her job.
That's all you got to do, get out of the inning. Once again, Independence leaves 2 stranded. We'll keep it here again because you know what? I like keeping it here. I have so many things I want to talk about and just not enough time.
I just want to make a side comment.
Yeah.
I remember running those, like, in between the innings. Did they make you run, too?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
if you weren't playing?
You gotta stay warm. As if I was going to go in and play.
I was always winded.
Come on, coach.
Put me in, coach.
But I always remember in Little League, I lost my spirit as I got older. But in Little League, it was always sprint to the line, sprint back.
Be the first one.
But as I got older, I was like, eh. As long as I'm back by the time they throw down, I'm good.
That's how I felt about conditioning, especially for one of our coaches. We had to do these things called power Vs, which you ran with the bat over your head, foul pole to foul pole. You run forward to the foul pole, back pedal back, make a V.
As you do.
That was always the worst. And I was like, okay. After the first one I did, I was like, I'm never sprinting one of those again. That was the worst thing I could have ever done in my life.
That's about how it works. You want to give your all, but you got to leave some in the tank.
Sometimes it's not worth it.
Yeah. Pros and cons. There's pros and cons. Shun up to bat. This is her second at-bat of the day. As of right now, Felton has thrown a no-hitter. Just keep that in mind as we play on, playa.
Play on, playa.
She is on the verge of a no-hitter. I believe perfect game as well, as no-hitter has reached base. I'm not sure the details of that stat and what constitutes a perfect game and what doesn't, but I'm almost positive she's on the path to a perfect game right now.
Yep, no hits.
No walks, no errors, no...
No, nothing.
Okay. Well, I'll stick with it.
I would assume.
I mean, no runner has reached base yet.
The logical...
That's just been the problem today.
I thought you were going to jinx him.
No, I was hoping I jinxed it, but unfortunately, it's hit right at Tion Johnson. She's able to make the play on the line drive for out number 1 of the inning.
To me, the outfield of Independence is really sucked in. So if they were... Well, do you think so before I say what I'm going to say?
I think you're correct in your statement.
Okay. If they were at normal position, normal distance, that ball would have gotten down.
Yes, but that could be a strategy as the Lions have yet to prove they can get it past them.
That's exactly right.
And another thing on that statement is I understand why the left fielder would be sucked in for the win today.
Wind is it's not terrible, but it's still enough to mess with the ball.
Right field definitely needs to be careful.
Yeah. They need to be. I think she's in a good spot. For how much they're, being late on their swing. She's in a great
when
spot.
pushing it farther to the right, I think she's definitely going to have an easier time running to the left rather than to her right.
Yeah.
To catch up to a ball. Well, teetering on the edge of the perfect game here. 3-1 count.
Break it here.
A walk could break it. Felton delivers. It's going to be right over the plate. Pop straight up. And the play will be made at first. That is Jones with the catch. And that'll be out number 2 of the inning. Billings up to bat now for the Lions.
Left fielder, Jay Billings.
I want to know what the ball did Monday. You know, with all that wind.
Yeah, actually, I do want to know. Tion Johnson makes the catch with a little bit of theatrics to it. And that'll retire the side once again. Perfect game still rolling for Felton on the opposite side in the circle. Shoon, or Shown. I should probably start saying Shown. I know Hoot says it as Shown, so I'm going to say Shown. Shown.
Swoon. Because that's, because, you know,
Why not?
I'm a little dyslexic. Not a little, a lot. But,
It's okay.
hey.
We all have our
you'll learn.
problems. I mean, I don't have any, but like we all do.
I wouldn't say that.
That's a joke. It's a joke.
Did you?
Always a joke. Well, Shown is pitching well. We're going to the top of the 6th inning in this varsity action.
I want to know how many pitches she has. Like, obviously, we're right behind her, so we can't really see the ball. Like, there's people in front of us, and I'm looking through a camera. And I really can't see her movement or anything. I don't know how many pitches she has. Can't see it the way her arm finishes, but I would like to know.
Yeah. I mean, we could always ask how many pitches she's at.
No, not at. Has.
Oh, as like in her arsenal, like
Yeah.
to pitch with. See, when you say how many pitches she has, I immediately think pitch count, because I'm always used to people asking, what's his pitch count? What's his pitch count? What's his pitch count?
I would assume she has a fastball, a change-up, obviously. I know she has those too.
Yeah, we have seen those today.
And when I played against her, she had those.
It looks like she has some style of rise ball.
She has like movement. I don't know if she has a curveball necessarily, because I've seen it move on the outside coming in.
Yeah.
Or wait, that's a screwball. But I'm thinking the way in my brain it makes sense.
No, I understand. It would be a curveball if how you described it is correct.
Yeah, because it looked like it was coming towards the batter and then just
Yeah,
came
moves in. That is her curveball, what I would assume. But it doesn't appear
But I don't-
from behind the plate and, watching it through the computer.
Like,
I haven't seen too many variation.
like I cannot see the way her arm finishes either.
Yeah, to decipher the pitches. And it's so hard to see, when Blue is standing right there
Yeah.
to see how any of the movement of the pitches is. You can always just kind of tell based on how they swing. This one is about as high as can be, but not as far as it needs to be.
Playing sky ball.
In the bag.
No one can get it on the ground today. Besides that first inning, hitters have been unable to get the ball to the outfield, period.
Something in the way.
That brings up Alex Jones. Having a great game over there on first base. Fun fact, my cousin named Alex Johnson, AJ, used to date an Alex Jones, AJ.
Look, did you see? She's got to have a curveball. See the movement of that pitch?
I did. So now Alex Jones. I just know too many Alex Jones is my point.
It just reminds me of Alec Jones, and I don't know who that is.
I know Alec Baldwin.
No, not who I'm thinking of.
I know Chris Jones. I mean, I don't know him, but
I know of him.
he knows me,
We're besties.
We're tight. That one's going to be outside. 2 balls and 1 strike is the count for Jones. Or maybe it's a 1-1 and it just hasn't been updated yet.
I believe it's a 1. Now it's 1 and 2.
Strike number 2. Yep, 2-2 count. I just saw Blue show it. He held up the rock and roll on both fingers.
Blue's always right. I always thought it was weird how they do, like, close fist for both. Like, for full count.
Full count.
Like, why can't you just hold 3-2?
Because full.
Full.
Full. Reinhardt able to make the play on the ground ball. Throws out at first. That brings up Tion Johnson. Johnson also having a good day out there in right field. A lot of players on the right side of the field today are having good defensive bouts for both teams, for that matter. As she is now up and ready to take on this at bat. She reached today in a walk. And now faces a 2-0 count with 2 down in the inning. In the top of the 6th, Bulldogs lead 7-0. She hits this one hard down the third base line. It's going to stay fair. Johnson rounding first. And she'll have a stand-up double. Reinhardt's going to run this one in. So with 2 outs, Bulldogs have a little bit of life.
I thought that ball was going foul. Just barely skipped past the third base.
It looked to me like it hit that third base, like it actually hit the bag and bounced up. And that's what's going to cause it to stay fair. Felton, line drive right at Reinhardt, makes the play. 3 outs. No, base runners don't matter if you get out of the inning, as the Bulldogs have left plenty stranded today.
Okay, I've got another question for you because
Go
I
ahead.
assume we're keeping it here. Would you rather have a sign card like the Independence Bulldogs have, or I assume I don't see any scorecard or sign cards or wristbands, whatever you want to call them, for the Lions? Which would you rather?
I would always rather have hand signals.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like numbers.
You don't like numbers?
Well, it takes away from the game. You know, from what I experienced, they have to look down at their wristband, then take their lead off. Then, you know, it's just a lot of time involved in it.
And sometimes you can't hear.
Mm-hmm. And it's a good system because you can't, you know, pick off the signals.
Yep. Also, well, you can if you just, like, I know when they use numbers, they'll use the same numbers, or they'll have, like,
Oh, yeah.
all.
Blue 72 is steel.
Yeah, like, or a certain color is the indicator. Just like the hat or, like, the nose or the belt. You know, that's.
Yeah.
But I think the wrist cards or wristbands are good because it eliminates the amount of, like, missed signals you have. Like, you could be like, well, it's right there. And they can always ask, what was the number again or something. You can always ask for a signal over again, but sometimes you just have that brain fart, too.
Yeah. Vestal's up to bat. She takes it inside for the first one. But I always would rather have signals, what I always had. Of course, if you ever play against the Girard Bulls and for some reason you go back in time and Oran is the coach, Blue 72 was steel. That's why I said it. I just remember that from as a kid. Blue 72 was always steel.
The classic hat, nose, belt, bunt.
Yep, that's bunt.
Anything with the arm, steel.
Slide down the arm is steel.
Hat's always indicator. I mean, we don't know that for sure.
I mean, like, it could be.
It could be.
I'm not sure, but it could be. 2-1 count. Vestal reaches for that one and faces 2-2 now.
I always enjoy when I was on first base and I got like a sign on the like card. I always enjoyed whenever they would just give me the sign, so I didn't have to be like, I don't know what he said.
Yeah. Vestal gets caught swinging for out number 1 in the inning.
But I also always got scared whenever days we'd have tests with our signs, and I just get so much anxiety because I didn't want to have to run.
Well, I always remember we would be put in scenarios.
Oh yeah.
That's how we got tested for it. You'd be standing on first, and your scenario you would be given a sign, and he would do it really quick on purpose. And so you'd have to be watching the entire time as that one's hit hard by Baird, but third baseman is just ready for it.
Had a couple of those plays today.
Yeah, Jaden Price seems to be the leader of this team. Of course, you never know for sure because I'm not from Independence. I'm not in that dugout. But from her actions on the field, being a leadoff hitter, being third base, seems like a good leader. I'd say Wine Brewer is right up there for him as well.
I agree.
Back to the signals, though. I would always rather have the signals. But yeah, they would always do them really quick, so you'd have to be watching the whole time. And if you did the wrong one, SOL.
Yeah. That's how we learned a lot of things with Oran. You'd, like base running, you'd go over it once, and then immediately you got tested over it.
Yeah, scenario.
And that's how truly, that's how I learned. And that's, you know, how I got in every situation.
It's how you learn. I mean, it's definitely a good way to do it. It's a good method. Proves to work. 1-2 count, hit hard, but it's going to be foul first. Hatcher bringing up the back part of this lineup.
She's doing a great job of fighting right now. Staying alive in this at bat. Sorry to cut
1-2
you off.
count. Hit hard to third, gets under Price's glove, and that perfect game. Say goodbye.
You manifested it, Daryl.
That is the worst way to lose a perfect game.
Yep.
Absolute worst. Got to be kicking yourself now. Well, this is exactly the position that they were in on Monday, and they were able to come back in this bottom of the 6th inning and end up winning the game. So we'll see if they have any magic left in them, any tricks up their sleeve to say, hey, and there's that dirt field coming into play, because on turf, that ball is in Jaden Price's glove. But here on the dirt, it just sticks and rolls across the ground, gets right underneath their glove and into the outfield.
Or hits like a rock that you didn't know was there.
Yep. Miss when there were just dirt fields. It was a simpler time.
I'm going to add a pro to dirt fields. You can eat sunflower seeds.
Yeah. Not having sunflower seeds in the turf fields is really just,
It's a sin.
it takes away from the game. And also when they removed chewing. Back when the MLB players used to have a wad of chaw in their mouth. Takes me back to the good old days, the 80s. Cancer and steroids.
LOL.
Well, that ground ball is fielded by Wine Brewer, and the out's made at first. And that'll end the bottom of the 6th inning. Lions running out of time. Bulldogs trying to close this game out. They still lead by 7 as we go into the top of the 7th inning. They got 1 inning to make it work and to close things out. We'll have to see if they can get it done. Schoen still going to be in that circle. She's pitched well since that first inning.
I don't know who else I have for pitchers. I guess this is our first game this year, so.
It is. And also, for anyone wondering, that is not my choice to be the first game of the year. I do love softball. I wish I could come out and do every softball game. But BJ has to make decisions on who he's going to pay. And unfortunately, I wasn't one of them.
Neither was I. That's okay.
And that's okay, because
Darn.
at least I get to come out here and do some games.
Do you think I bet they live streamed Gerard versus Baxter. Yeah, Gerard.
They probably
Jess Murphy
did.
right there.
With Jess, yeah. Well, Bulldogs, 1 inning to add to their lead. Cadence Bird up to bat. In the top of the 7th, they lead by 7. Hit hard down third baseline, but just trickles foul.
Did you hear that?
I did hear that.
So screwball.
Something more than screws.
So she's got a screwball.
She does have a screwball.
Not confirmed, but.
Well, I say that is confirmed because I'm going to imagine that's her parent who's probably taught her most of the way. 0-1 count.
I think that was a rise ball.
I didn't really see it. I just saw her swing.
I saw her finish. I saw her swing too.
Smells like chili out here.
I know.
Sorry, the hunger's coming out once again. I don't eat before these because then like I get hiccups and stuff. This one's popped up. Burgraff will make the play. That is something that helps with doing basketball and stuff. I know not everyone on this field right now played basketball, but whenever you're doing basketball, like I knew immediately that was Kirsten Burgraff, just because the way she ran, the way she held her glove up, like it just
made sense.
It's just her. And then when Vestal was up to the plate, when I first saw Adams behind the plate, just seeing those basketball players, I'm like, oh yeah, I know how they run. I know who they are.
I know them, but they don't know me.
Right. It's one of those weird scenarios where like you're not a celebrity yet. You just happen to know all the players. Hey, the other day, Logan Abbott followed me on Instagram, so I'm basically a celebrity now.
You are a celebrity.
He's a good kid. He's a good kid. Hope he ends up going to Pitt State one day.
Gorillas.
Exactly. Of course, I will be graduated by that time, but still. Got a shout out.
So weird that these kids are like 4 years younger than us.
I know. It's very weird.
We're getting old.
I am old. Can feel it in my knees. Not a spry young chicken like I used to be.
Feel it in my back.
That one's jammed inside. Popped up to first base. And that play is going to be made over there on first very easily.
Oh, I thought that was 3 outs.
No, not yet.
Fold.
Kennard with the catch for the second out of the inning. This one's hit hard at Reinhardt. Should be an easy play. Makes the throw to first. Kennard makes the catch.
I
3
can
up, 3 down.
I can just tell the future.
Yeah, of course you can.
I just knew it.
Mind reader
You know.
of the future of Father Time. Well, 1 inning to go. We're going to transition into the bottom of the 7th. Felton's still out there standing strong. She lost her perfect game as batter would reach on a hit. It's not technically counted as an error, even though in my mind it should. It's always at the discretion of the statistician. For anyone out there wondering the inner workings of these broadcasts and the inner workings of stats in general, don't always believe in stats because they're done by people. So until there's an AI robot that can track body types and pick the stats out that way, don't, take it, trust them, of course, but still at the discretion of the person.
Yeah,
Recently, sorry, not to cut you off here, but recently they had a scandal in the NBA. I don't remember what team it is. I think it's the Timberwolves, or maybe it was the Grizzlies. But they had one of their statisticians inflating Rudy Gobert's stats. So, like, they were giving him more points, more rebounds, more steals, stuff like that. So, take it with a grain of salt.
well, I was gonna say I have not personally been a victim of a status taker or how like people take stats, but I know people that have, because some people would consider, like you said, an error or just a good hit.
Yeah, some people would have considered that an error, or some people would have considered that hitting that spot on the field to where she can't get to it.
Just smart.
Yeah. It's like, the hitter's just a hitter. You know what I mean? Like,
As a player that make the air, that's just a good spot.
that was
No
a good
air.
hit.
No air.
That was a good hit.
Like that.
Same thing happens.
Great hit.
Exactly what we were talking about. Well, put your rally caps on.
Turn them helmets backwards.
Exactly.
Upside down.
Sydney Charles on base now. We would always invert our hats, but I guess there's no hats in softball.
They're called visors, and we put them upside down.
Ah, yes.
Upside down and backwards.
Tell the pitcher to turn her face mask around. Wear it upside down.
Can hear some life in the dugout.
Yep. They're prone to coming back in games. So no reason to quit until the very end. This one's popped up foul. Reinhardt reached for that one a little bit. She'll face a 1-2 count. With no outs in the inning and Charles on first base. So plenty of speed out there to get some runs around. Of course, there is a lot of work to do.
She's just dipping with her swing. Her timing's really good and really on. She's just dropping that back shoulder.
Dropping that back shoulder, and with the case today, there's been a lot of pop-ups and a lot of foul balls behind us. Caught a hold of that one, but it just trails foul. Parents out there couldn't make the catch.
No good.
Bobble.
Have you ever seen those? I know it's in MLB, but like the parents are holding their kids and they have a beer in one hand. They drop the kid, they catch
Drop
the
the
ball,
kid.
catch the kid, still have their beer in their hand.
Well, you can't drop the beer. 1-2 count. Reinhardt fouls off. I know runs can happen at any time, but the best situation here for the Lions is to keep the 0 in the out column for this inning. If you could stay at no outs, you're going to have a better chance of bringing all those runs around, and you're going to have more time as well.
Walk off.
Walk off. Score 8 runs, you win.
2 grand slams.
That's all you need. That's all you need. It's as simple as that, guys. Figure it out.
Hey, I've seen crazier things.
Yeah. 3 grand slams.
I was gonna say 4.
Wow, that's wild. 1-2 count, 0 outs. Run on first, hit hard at Price. Bobbles. Reinhardt beats the throw. You could feel the electricity start to grow in the air. 2 runners on. Shown up to bat.
Number 15, Jones.
Runners on first and second. Shown up to bat. She'll take that one inside. Yeah, sun's at the perfect spot to where now it's hitting my legs and I'm getting warm again.
Sunbathing.
Gotta get my tan on. Summer's on its way.
Yeah, you're looking a little pasty. It's okay though.
I am white by nature. 1-1 count here for Shown. This one's popped up. It's straight up in the air. And the catch is going to be made. Not what you want to do in that scenario. You definitely want to get it farther out into play so you can at least advance a runner. So a tough break there for Shown. But still a chance.
Still only 1 out. Got 2 more to
That's
work
correct. Kennard now up to bat. That'll be left outside. Ball number 1. 1 down in the inning. Runners on first and second. Cannot ground into a double play here. That is the worst possible thing that could happen. How about you just hit the ball over the fence?
with. Just do it.
That's an idea.
Hey, why don't she just get walked or make her way to first base and then, you know,
Grand slam.
grand slam.
As simple as that. Chesney Billings, you are the next Grand Slam hitter. I have chosen you. This one's hit hard to center field, and that's going to get down.
I told you. Come on.
Here it is.
You gotta do it
Here it is. All right, what's the count going to be?
3-2.
You think it's a full count Grand Slam? Wow. I'm gonna go 2-2 count.
I just hope she gets on base.
Yep. Bring some runners around. She'll take strike number 1.
All right, just got.
We're
3
on the
buttons.
path. We're on the path.
We're manifesting it right here, right now.
Looks like we're gonna get some type of change. Billings having a conversation with Charles over there on third.
Oh, they're changing first base runner.
Gonna get a little pinch runner action.
First baseman. Just a bench.
Is it technically a courtesy runner for a first baseman?
Once
Or
you-
is it a
one-
pinch?
It's called a. I don't know what he said, but I know that it's different than a like a pitch, because I think, if I had to guess, maybe not.
Well, he can't find his pocket.
Well, anyways, it's different because once she subs, you know, you can only have a change twice.
This one's popped up foul. That pinch runner that came in will be Brooklyn Price. She's listed as a sophomore catcher.
You think
Oh.
she's
Nope, just sophomore. She's catcher for the JV game coming up. 0-2 count here for Billings. Got her reaching for the high ball.
okay? Vestal, grand slam, right here, right now.
And like you said earlier, I'm just hoping she gets on base.
Yep.
Keep the drive alive.
Don't be the last out. Make
That
somebody
was-
else be.
Never want to be the last out. She'll take strike number 1. Gosh, that was a ball too. Chesney had a ball. It was going to be a 1-2 count.
Okay, that would I would have.
And then it was going to be a 2-2 count.
Oh, get
This
down.
one's hit hard to left center. But the catch will be made. And that's going to end the ball game. End of the ball game. Lions fall to the Independence Bulldogs. 7-0. Here in varsity action at the Field of Dreams.
You also got to think, Independence is what, a 4A?
Oh, no excuses.
Yeah.
No excuses. Can't put the blame on it. A game is a game is a game.
True.
It's always going to be a good experience, though,
Yes.
because they are And to what point I think you're making is they are a 4A.
And they're a harder team.
They're going to be a harder team to face because they have more people in the school to pick from.
Yep.
And so with that, you're going to get a lot of experience, but facing these types of teams helps so much down the road. If you are going to play in sub-state and have a chance to go to state, you need to play these tough teams because you're not going to have a chance if you don't.
You just took the words right out of my mouth.
It's exactly right. I tend to do that.
That's okay.
But here at the Field of Dreams, 7-0 is our final score. Unfortunately, we will not be calling the JV game for you guys. We're going to have to head on home and get out of here. Trying to see what the baseball score is. Looks like it's 7-2. They trail in the bottom of the 4th inning. So how about that? Same situation as yesterday. First game ends and fourth inning over there. I called it right on the money. Well, we'll be back with baseball action Monday, I believe.
Monday?
Monday. I'll have to look at the schedule real quick. You blab about something while I look at the schedule.
I will not be here Monday. In fact, if you want to come support FSCC volleyball scrimmage at Allen in Iola, you can.
There you go. If
We're
you want to
playing
watch some volleyball.
I will be the girl who has 2 different ankle bracelet colors.
Well, we are scheduled to cover Monday against the Raiders.
Oh, that would have been a good game too. Was it baseball?
'Twas baseball.
Twas. Well, good luck,
Well,
all y'all.
Are we going to have to cancel? Because you're not going to be here? Because I'm not going to be able to find help. I don't know if I can do it on my own.
If you want to.
Well,
I'm so sorry to all you Lion.
we may or may not be here on Monday. Just keep an eye out for the broadcast. I'll inform Cord Baldwin beforehand. We might just come out here and set up something to get it done, but it'll be a one-man show if it is.
Get a huddle camera. If anything.
Yeah, there you go. Let me just steal one.
Take it out of the gym.
But the future is never guaranteed. The past is the past. But right now in the present, the Bulldogs going to win the first game. We got JV action coming up here in just a little bit. But in varsity action, Lions going to take the loss in this one. We're going to say good night here from Baxter Springs, Kansas in the Field of Dreams. Have a safe ride home, everybody. Be safe tonight. Thank you so much to our sponsors, to WDM, for sponsoring everything. Couldn't do it without you guys. We appreciate you being out here. I'm Daryl McLeod, joined by Sarah Goebel, and good night from Baxter Springs, Kansas. You've been watching Baxter Springs Sports Live.
You've been watching Baxter Springs Athletics on your new home for the Lions, Baxter Springs Sports Live. Baxter Springs Sports Live is presented by WDM. Learn more at WDMinc.net. Also by